First, newly unsealed Epstein court documents have thrust names like Elon Musk and Prince Andrew back into the spotlight. There's no criminal accusation, just confirmation of their connections within Epstein's vast network. These revelations deepen the public reckoning with the powerful circles Epstein moved in. More documents are coming, and the world is watching for what they reveal about influence and accountability. In Ottawa, lawmakers have introduced a significant new bill that seeks to transfer sexual offense cases involving military personnel from military courts to civilian courts. This move comes after years of mounting criticism over how such cases have been handled within the military justice system, with many calling for greater transparency and fairness for victims. The push for reform gained momentum following a damning report by former Supreme Court Justice Louise Arbour, who highlighted deep flaws and systemic issues in the way the military addresses sexual misconduct. The ultimate goal is to restore trust in the system and ensure true accountability for survivors, many of whom have long felt let down by the process. This represents a major and unprecedented shift for Canada's military justice system, which has traditionally handled such cases internally. However, there are still important questions about whether civilian authorities are fully prepared to manage these complex and sensitive cases, and how the transition will be implemented in practice. The outcome of this reform could have far-reaching effects, potentially reshaping not only military culture but also the broader landscape of justice in Canada. Alberta is proposing a law to let the province ignore international agreements signed by Ottawa, especially on climate and energy. It's a direct challenge to federal authority and could spark a constitutional showdown. Legal experts doubt its validity, but the move highlights deep divisions over provincial rights and Canada's future. The debate is about more than policy. It's about who really holds power in the federation. Former President Trump's recent UN speech rattled Europe, doubling down on America first and questioning NATO commitments. European leaders are alarmed, fearing a return to US isolationism and uncertainty about future alliances. This speech forces Europe to consider its own security and strategic autonomy. It's not just rhetoric, it's a signal that global cooperation is at a crossroads. The world is watching for what comes next. The Canadian women's rugby team has made history by reaching the World Cup final, where they face the formidable and heavily favoured England squad. Against all odds, these athletes have pushed through every challenge to stand on the sport's biggest stage. Unlike their professional opponents, Canada's squad is made up of semi-pros and amateurs who balance intense training with day jobs, school, and constant fundraising just to compete. Their journey is marked by sacrifice, resilience, and a relentless drive to represent their country. Their remarkable underdog run is a testament to grit, passion, and teamwork, shining a powerful light on the funding gaps and inequalities that persist in women's sports. Every tackle and try is a statement of what's possible with heart and determination. Win or lose, these women have inspired a nation, ignited pride across Canada, and sparked new conversations about support for female athletes. Their story is already changing the future for the next generation. It's a Cinderella story for the ages, one that will be remembered for its courage, heart, and the hope it brings to dreamers everywhere. Harry Kane has become the fastest player this century to score 100 goals for a single club in Europe's top leagues, smashing records at Bayern Munich. He's outpaced legends like Messi and Ronaldo, proving his value and transforming Bayern's attack. For Kane, it's a shot at long-awaited trophies. For Bayern, a statement of intent. The football world is watching to see how far he'll go. Manchester United's struggles deepen, with poor results, expensive flops, and mounting pressure on manager Erik ten Hag. The club's identity crisis is fueled by questionable transfers and off-field turmoil. Fans blame ownership for a decade of decline since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. There are no easy fixes, just growing frustration and uncertainty. United's path back to glory looks longer than ever. That's your whirlwind tour of the week's 7 biggest stories. From legal revelations to political battles and sports triumphs, each headline shapes our world. Thanks for joining me, Kemraj Rawat. Subscribe for more essential briefings. See you next time.